The Saxo Markets Premiership returned on Saturday with Valley kicking off the early game against HKU Sandy Bay, and Valley juggernaut Kowloon was up for the challenge as Valley went after the win to solidify their semi-final berth.
He's going to get the bounce, is he? He's not going to fall this time.
Oh, he gets this one.
Leading 17-6 at the break, Valley trump card Ryan Deploy showed he's much more than just fast feet.
Right, there's no one out there but Styles. And Hugo Styles gets the bounce pass, and it's easy in the end.
But the Bay found some momentum through playmaker Nicholas Cumming.
He gets him guessing. Nick
well
Cummings is over! The former Tiger gets a couple of rolls out.
Before Cole Moseychuk brought the Bay right back into the hunt and chasing hard at 2024.
Cole Moseychuk's over!
Valley, though, were able to absorb the pressure as they've done many times this premiership.
Nothing fancy. It's popped up to Creature. He's got Tatu Singer. They're over the line. Can they get under?
Ryan Campbell's late try, testament to the team's self-belief under pressure. Valley win 31-20. Tearaway Hong Kong international loose forward Kane Bako got Hong Kong Scottish away to a flyer in the second game.
The points. It's a try to Scottish.
But some steady work by the Tigers' big man turned the situation around.
Go to the pace when he doesn't have to. Where they've got it up and rolling. They've got it up and rolling and they're over. So it's a second try to the Tigers.
Scottish needed a reply short of the break. Fullback Sean Taylor happy to answer the call as the two sides split the honours at half-time 12-all. But Scottish jumped the Tigers again off the half-time whistle. Connor Hartley's try taking Scottish 10 points clear at 22-12.
Hartley's going to finish this attack with a 5-pointer. Sees off Chipman and the quick hands out to Green. Now here's
a second to Sean Taylor put the lid on the Tigers as Hong Kong Scottish cruised to a 32-12 win.
Taylor runs onto the loose ball, and Sean Taylor, well, what about that one for Scottish?
Kowloon's Jack Neville was back in the breach and signalled his return with the opening points, an early first half penalty.
Straight as a die. And he strikes it sweetly.
So Glenn Hughes answered with 4.
2 or 3 steps in, and Hughes slots it in between the posts. Always strikes the ball beautifully, and sure enough, 3 or 4 steps in.
And Club won the half, 12-3.
And straight over the black dot.
Kowloon changed tack in the second half,
got the move on
upping
here.
the ante with a try.
The backs are joining in. They really need to stay solid on this. They've splintered Football Club here. They're going towards the line. Be interesting to see. And they've given the try.
So Club replied with 4 tries.
Bryn Hughes goes up in the air. Jeff and Groves, and a great slip away there from Campbell Wakely. Slips the ball to Tommy Hill, and Pierce West strikes back. 60 seconds. Sam Pym ducks that ball back to Glenn Hughes, puts the ball to Jonty Wood, who strolls through. Glenn Hughes dinks that ball over the top and really cleverly took his hands back in. Jonty Wood out to Nate to Terry, and it's in the hands of Ben Axton Barrett. And that is 3 tries on the bounce.
And won the game 30-10.
So Pat Jenkinson gets the ball down into the hands. Oh, easy as you like. Set play.
Well, they could do that, Cookie. They
could do that.
With the top 4 teams now locked into place, this weekend will be an absolute beauty. For Kowloon and the Tigers, it's been a season of little reward. Sitting 5 and 6 respectively, Kowloon have been courageous all season, but their push for the top 4 has fallen short. HKU Sandy Bay and Hong Kong Scottish are set to work out who will take on the league winner for the semi-finals on February 1. Where the format is 1 versus 4 and 2 takes on 3. HKU Sandy Bay will need maximum effort to move out of 4th, but for now the goal of being back in the grand final on February 8 is alive. And to the top, where Valley has been tucked in for seemingly the entire season, only 2 points off and in the pocket. They've waited for Club to slip up, but they haven't. In the lead and showing no signs of pressure is Natixis Club. 8 wins from 9 games says all it needs to. As the final round of the Saxo Markets Premiership arrives, and it's fitting that the season storyline goes right down to the final fixture. Game of the week at 3 p.m. on Happy Valley 6 will be to the sound of thundering hooves as Societe Generale Valley host Natixis Club in the 2019-2020 Saxo Markets Premiership decider. Meanwhile at Sokampo, Herbert Smith Freehills HKU Sandy Bay take on Bloomberg Hong Kong Scottish at 3 p.m. as both sides prepare for the semi-finals in 2 weeks' time. For the top 4 teams, the head games have begun. 3:15 on Saturday at Kings Park 1. It's the final battle of the car park at Kings Park, when Kerry Hotel Kowloon host the Borrelli Walsh USRC Tigers. All games streaming on Facebook Live through the HKRU page. Friends and family, don't miss it.